mental health today, and the war between Israel and Hamas is spreading to social media fast. How do you protect your teenagers from the graphic and violent images? Here with advice is Dr. Khadijah Booth Watkins, a psychiatrist and the associate director of the Clay Center for Young Healthy Minds at Mass General Hospital. We love talking with you, doctor. Thank you so much for being here.
Always great to see you, Dr. Booth Watkins. Thanks for your time. So as you know, some of these the images are absolutely horrific, and the photos and the videos are already circulating online. Teenagers may come across them on their feed. In fact, they may go looking for them intentionally. I'm just going to flat out ask you, are there any concerns with that?
Yeah, thank you for having me back. It's unfortunate that we have to talk about such a horrific event that's happening. There are lots of concerns. You know, we don't want to overexpose our teenagers. We don't know exactly how they'll respond. And there's also no way to completely shield them from what's out there. So the best that we can do is really to help support them and educate them about how to use social media, what the impact might be if they see some of these horrific things that are out there, using and watching news and social media with them so that you can talk to them about it in real time and help them process their emotions and their feelings. But the idea that we will be able to completely shield them from it is not feasible.
Certainly.
And so that's sobering to hear that. There are parental controls and things like that. Actually, the Israeli government is now urging parents take their teenagers' phone, remove these social media apps. My dear friend texted me today. She said, as a mom of a 13-year-old, he scrolls through videos on YouTube. No doubt that these videos will show up there. So what can parents do? What are things that they can do here to hopefully shield them from this? I know what you just said, but there has to be something.
Well, we can't completely shield them, but we can definitely limit the amount of access that they have. But again, there are so many avenues through which they can get access that we really just have to give them the tools they need to make good decisions. We have to educate them. We have to have conversations with them about what they're using, what they're hearing, what they're seeing, who they're having these conversations with, so that we can be the voice of the sound voice, the voice of reason, the voice of that can give them reassurance and security.
So you take their phone and say, show me what you're looking at, but you can't always do that, right?
Right. So that's why we have to also give them the tools that they need to know and to monitor themselves in terms of how they're feeling when they're watching things on social media, what they can do if they feel dysregulated or distressed, who they can talk to. So we have to balance it with doing things with them and supporting them, helping them to manage and limit the amount of exposure that they have on their own and us as parents, but also giving them the tools they need to self-soothe and regulate.
Dr. Booth Watkins, it makes me think of it isn't just social media. It's what's on right now. I mean, we present war information throughout the newscast, so there are.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You're
it's
right.
in front of them.
Right. So we have to do these things with them, watch the news with them, have conversations, let them talk about what they've heard, what they're worried about, what they're concerned about, and to be able to give them, again, tools and strategies, but also to be able to reassure them and to keep them as safe as possible.
They get comfort from their parents, whether they like to admit it or not.
Exactly.
They get comfort
So
from
true.
their parents.
It's so true.
Dr.
We have to
Booth
help
Watkins,
guide them.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you,
Thank you.
doctor.
Take care.
Stay
Have
well.
a good weekend.